Hey there, David Banks, and I thought I would make a quick little video on just the basic survival guide on how to make it in Los Angeles as an actor. As crazy as it sounds out here, and yes, it's brutal, there are ways where you can actually survive and make it. I can promise you that. I just read that 10,000 people every year move here to make it, and then 9,000 go home every year. So if you pay attention to these little tricks and secrets and tips, I can promise you, you will be one of the very few that stay out here and you make it happen. Okay, now the first thing I want to talk about is, which is crucial, and that's being available. Okay, being available for casting directors to call you, call your agent, and let them know they need to see you within an hour's notice. Now, it doesn't always happen. Usually you've got a day notice to prepare and study and be ready. But sometimes, and I'm seeing more and more of this, they're having direct-to-call backs where they need to see you right then and there. Okay? Again, casting directors talk. They're all friends. So if you set an impression that you're this guy that needs a window, can I come in later? I can't make it today. It's just, they're on to the next. You know, the one of many thousands and thousands of people that are coming out here that want to work hard. Your competitors are those guys and girls that are working hard, that are there, showing up every day, prepared. Now, it's as nuts as it sounds, that's just how it is. And you'll see it every day when you audition all the time. Now, you've heard the expression, it's a marathon, not a sprint, which is true. The marathon mentality of being in this for the long haul, not the quick, make it in a year thing. You heard those stories of, the guy that was discovering the basketball court. Give me a break. That doesn't happen. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but the chances of that happening are next to nil. Okay, so I'd get that out of your head. And just because your best friend, sister, cousin, father said, you've got what it takes, you've got a great look back in Kentucky or Kansas, it does not mean you're going to be the best thing here. Okay? There's beautiful people on every corner out here. It's just how it is. So if you, and I say three things, if you come into to the audition room, I would say CPR. Confident, prepared, and relaxed. You're going to nail 90% of the competitors out there that are sitting right next to you that want that same job. That's all it takes. Simply just confident, know you're there for a reason, don't question yourself, don't look at the guy around you thinking, oh, shoot, I've seen him before, he was in that movie, I see him in every other commercial, he's got a bigger agent than I do. No, you've got to be confident enough to know that you're in there for a reason. They called you in for a reason. There's only one you, okay? Prepared. I sit in my room sometimes studying for hours, not doing anything, no music, nothing, complete boredom, silence, studying over and over and over until I nail that script, until I feel confident enough to walk in that room and know that I'm going to do the best I can. Okay? And then obviously being relaxed, it's easier said than done sometimes, but just taking those deep breaths, knowing that they want you to book the job just as much as anybody else. They want you to be that person. It's that easy. They don't want to sift through hundreds of people. I just heard the other day that, let's say, the average neighbor guy next door, hero guy, between the age of 30 and 35 is getting called in. They've got something on the breakdown for this guy, middle America, average guy, just the standard, your neighbor, your guy at the office you don't really pay much attention to. They're getting anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 submissions on just that one role at all times. So the fact that you're getting called in, know that in your heart that, okay, I'm here for a reason. Okay? Always just, you've got to win. It's easier said than done again, but winning that room, there's no better feeling than walking out and knowing that you just totally nailed it. And don't worry about booking the job. That doesn't mean anything. The fact that you've got an audition is amazing. The callback is a small miracle. Okay? You're winning fans. I always say it doesn't matter if you book this job or not. Win that room over. Okay? Make them remember you so they call you in for something else. And you'll always find, gosh, I wish I would have got that Sears spot. But then you find out, wait a minute. Okay, if I would have booked that, I wouldn't have been able to get this Macy's spot that pays even more, that shoots in the same day. Oh, I get it now. So don't sweat any of the things you don't get. It doesn't mean anything. And in the beginning, never be afraid to work these smaller jobs, these smaller commercials, these low-paying things. Just don't work for free. There's no point in working for free. You can't do it. LA is very expensive out here. You're not going to make it and pay rent by working for free. No matter what the BS they tell you, which is great exposure, it's going to be all over the film festival circuit, you're going to make a really good impression in front of this up-and-coming director, that's all, no. I don't care if you're paying me in peanuts and gas money, but pay me something. There's a reason why I'm coming here and taking the time out of my day to come. So that's just another little tip too. Another thing, commercials are not what they used to be. Back in the day, you could make 50 grand easily off a bank commercial, a beer commercial, an automobile commercial, like that. Those days are kind of, I don't want to say they're gone, but they're a thing of the past. You can still make that money, but it's just not as common as it used to be. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years in the span of my career on just, again, knowing that the work's going to come. Being patient, knowing it will come, and I can promise you, you will do the same. The only two reasons you will not make it and won't make that money and won't keep doing this successfully and on, is if you either quit, okay, or two, you just get so annoyed with the other actors around you and you're going to see them every day when you audition that are sitting there telling you what they just booked, who they know, who the director is in the room that they just shot with 2 times before you go in the same room with them, or the guys that this is my favorite that says, oh, do you mind if I sneak in front of you? Because I've got to be back on set. Yeah, I do mind if you sneak in front of me. And I always try to make it not related to the business. I've got my dog in the hot car, windows are up, so no, I do mind. I've got to get in there. Or I've got my daughter, I've got to drop off at the airport in 10 minutes, so no, you can't. And I think, maybe not that much attitude, but, and again, if you're nice to be around, you're easy to work with, again, you come and you're prepared, you show up on time, those little things go a long way. What does I think Woody Allen said, showing up is half the battle? Okay, don't get locked down, the final tip, don't get locked down to a job where your boss isn't going to let you go. Again, you've got to be prepared to leave within an hour's notice sometimes. Again, it doesn't always happen that way. But if you're that guy that's got to ask your boss, hey, would you mind if I got off today a little early, I have an audition? What do you mean? You had one last week. Well, yeah, I'm going to have another one next week, hopefully, unless you don't let me go. So there's jobs out there that are everywhere. Lyft, Uber, Postmates, Wags, walk people's dogs, do something, do anything that allows you that freedom to be around at all times. Okay, back in the day, I would sell things on eBay. I would drop ship. I would find what top selling items were on Walmart, on Target, on Amazon, and then I'd put them on eBay because people still think the old mentality of eBay is the cheapest place to shop. Okay, so you sell a few things a day on there and you've been working from your home at your own pace. There you go, there's one. Wrap your car. If you're not making money advertising with this, maybe your car can. Do that. Drive around with a billboard banner on your car and get paid by month for that. There's all these little fun ways where you can make money on the side while you're waiting for commercials and other films to come in. And I can promise you again, it will happen. Patience, persistence, perseverance, prayer, and the whole 9. By the way, thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe on the bottom here. I do have a book coming out very soon too, where I will talk about a lot more of this in depth, little secrets, tips, and tricks, things that I've learned over the past 20 years. Again, this is a really fun thing to do. It should be fun. It should be something you enjoy doing. And if you're auditioning every day, which, by the way, you will be eventually, you make those connections with casting directors. Again, they all talk. They all want that person that's going to be right for the job. They don't want to sift through thousands of thumbnail-sized pictures trying to find the right one when they know they can call the right one in for someone that's going to show up. He's going to be prepared. He's going to make them look good. He's going to have fun. And that's it.